for the double, whatever you wanna call it, but I bet the kids like this. I got news, like it's blues clues. I'm a content of registration, the one I got a jig like this. I'm a national boss, no one in Superland. I pick up the weather and they call me Superman. I pick it up, How much will pull up with Chuck, give a Chuck.
Throw your right hand in the earth, took your left from behind your face. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy, see daddy. Throw your right hand in the earth, take your left and do the same. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy. This gon' be your shit. Throw your right hand in the earth, take your left from behind your face. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy, see daddy. Throw your right hand in the earth, take your left from behind your face. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy, see daddy. Throw your right hand in the earth, take your left and do your same. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy, see daddy. Throw your right hand in the earth, take your left and do your same. See daddy, see daddy, see daddy. This gon' be your shit.
This one for the double, whatever you wanna call it, but I bet the kids like this. I got news, like it's blues clues. I'm a content of registration, the one I got a jig like this. I'm a national boss, no one in Superland. I pick up the weather and they call me Superman. I pick it up, How much will pull up with Chuck, give a Chuck.
Throw your right hand in the earth, took your left from behind your face. See daddy, see daddy, see
Yo, what's good? Welcome to the Superman Rapper Show podcast, man, hosted by TSM Rapper, your girl Didi, and of course Slim Shell. This podcast is about growth, education, as well as awareness. Let me know that you guys can hear me, so that we can get the I can make sure that we good. You know, I want to be talking for nothing. Give me the thumbs up in the chat. We got 14 from Reverb Nation is tapped in already, waiting to get this knowledge. We're gonna have Didi coming up with us today. I was supposed to get topics from Paprika, but she didn't reach back out. So what I figured today is we're gonna talk about like positivity on the internet versus negativity on the internet, some of the negative things that people do and how we should respond. I know that like we can't like I can't tell somebody like, yo, don't let me bring Didi up here. I can't tell somebody like, yo, don't let this bother you. Like, 'cause of course negativity is gonna bother sometimes even the strongest minded person. How you doing, Didi? Did they give me an audio test?
I can hear.
All right, good. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. That's excellent. So I figured, well, you pretty much heard what we're gonna be talking about. I left a few things downstairs. So if you can kind of like tap in with the chat, and I'll be like right back, I promise.
All right. Hey everyone in the chat. Hey Slim Shell. Hey Rosalie. Hey Paprika. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, I'm doing fine. I just chilled mostly today. And what did you guys eat? I just had leftovers today. Oh, you're doing okay, Paprika? That's good. Oh, Rosalie said blessings, Didi. Fine, that's good, Rosalie. Oh, you had a Gerber sandwich today, Paprika? That sounds good.
So I am back. Shout out to T Water, first of all. Shout out to Tamika Davis, first of all. That's the first person I want to say shout out to. Honey Pot, I'm still with them. They shipped me a whole new litany of products. I'm gonna be roasting their products in front of the screen. And also, you guys go to my website, not from YouTube, TSM Entertainment. I got all the merch that's been removed from my first channel connected to that website. So the merchandise is still out. That's where you guys can find the T Water brand, of course. And man, today, like I said, I was looking over everything and just the support. I mean, Didi, even from you, Slim Shell, like it's been. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be 100. Some people say no, it's you as the person. You put in a lot of work. When it comes to this channel right here, this backup channel, I have to give credit, like 80% of the credit to y'all, because like even for me to start all the way over with the videos, etc., that stuff right there was damaging, especially to the mindset. So before we start everything, I wanted to give y'all flowers for and say thank y'all so much for continuing to rock with me. Even Paprika, there she go, Paprika's right there. So yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys. And what
And
is
the
the guy
chat.
name? What is the guy name? Sticks in Charge. Shout out to that brother as well, man. Really great guy. Really great guy. All right, so Didi, did you have any topics, or did we need to kind of wing it, or?
Hold on. I'm gonna read what they aired today.
All right, cool.
Res-
That's cool. I need to do something anyway. So, yeah, y'all know. See, we finally can have a little background showing and stuff like that. Kids not getting, you know what I'm saying? Got like 6 rooms over here, so we good. But I'm gonna handle my preparations, and I'll be back, guys.
okay. Rosalie had fried green plantains and chicken. That sounds good. Sunshell said we cooked fried chicken wings and made potato salad. Wow, that's yummy. Yeah, you guys ate really good today. Oh, Rosalie said yes, thanks. Okay.
There's a guy from Reverb Nation named Jason Daniels. He said that he had raccoon curry chicken. I never heard of raccoon curry chicken.
I ain't heard of that either. I wonder how that tastes like.
I wonder. I know raccoon meat is sweet. It's just like eating pulled pork with barbecue sauce.
Paprika said hidden talents, hobbies.
There is a lot of hidden talents, and people don't even. I mean, because like, what the heck do you call talent? Like, that's the thing. Like, what do you call talent? Because like, I feel like everything that we can learn to do or do is experience. So talent is just another word for experience, right? Like the way I'm thinking about it, right?
Yeah, Paprika said I
Experience.
Google topics. That's fine, Paprika.
What do you think about hidden talents, Diddy, or talent in general?
Yeah, I think very few people have like true talent, but there's, some that don't really have any, especially nowadays, especially in
Yeah.
the mainstream and.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, right? Because of the mainstream, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to define it or defer it now, and it's like I understand. Like people will look at a rapper and be like, that rapper is talented, but I look at it more as he's talented based up on how the delivery could be. There's a slot or there's a place for every word in a song. Let's say you do a song that's 1 minute and you must say 1,000 words within this one song. There's a place for each word that you're gonna, and if you can put those words in the correct place, that was what makes you talented, not because the song come out great and it sounds great.
Yeah, Sancho said a great topic is thinking back as a teenager. What is one thing you did that was funny?
So could you repeat that for me, Didi?
Sancho said the great topic is thinking back as a teenager. What is one thing you did that was funny?
Yo, I did so much stuff that was funny, but looking back at it, it's like kind of embarrassing. So like, man, I was like always a small fry, and so I think I told you guys before in the past that my cousins, I live with my auntie and and her 5 or 6 kids. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, so all her sons was like literally built. Like they were some people used to get on my auntie and think like she was injecting her kids with like steroids. This is how big my cousins was. And you gotta think about this. Like I had someone was younger than me, so they way bigger than me. And so as we get enrolled to certain schools, like she would enroll them on like the football team, etc. And me, I used to have to, just sit back and kind of watch these kids. And she used to say, "Oh, you could join a drill team with your cousin, Kanai. That's the female. Join a soccer team with your cousin. That's the female." And so, this the funny thing about it is that I ended up joining the wrestling team with my cousins, and I'm probably later on down the road in middle school. And I used to watch like WWF and WWE so much. Like that's all the wrestling I knew. Like I didn't know like when you're on a wrestling team and this is like a real wrestling thing, like all of that they doing on TV, like you can't do none of that. Like it's certain moves and certain things that you just can't do. So this was my first match. I'm extra geeked up about it. I had a teacher named Miss Chapman, and I was like her favorite student. So she even took her time to come to the match. And so I'm up in this. It's a pad. It's a little wrestling pad. It's shaped like a square. So hey, Eva girl, thanks for coming through. And so Didi, this at this wrestling match, what takes place at our school wrestling matches, there are several matches going on at once. So my cousin over there having a match, and I'm over here having a match. I think it's 3 matches going on at once. And so my cousin has totally won his match. The other people won his match. And I'm just mangling this little guy that I'm wrestling. Like I'm just tossing him around and trying to do like the choke slam and power. And they every time I grab them, I'm like, yo, you cannot do that. They pulling me. It took for them to go get my cousin, and my cousin sat me down for like, they stopped the middle of the match. My cousin sat me down like, you can't do what you see on WWE. Like you have to do a takedown, headlock, armbar. You have to do that. So I'm thinking I'm just dominating this wrestling match. And the whole time I'm making myself look like a fool trying to be John Cena and The Rock on TV. So that was one of the funniest experiences that I had as a teen. I don't even think I think I probably was 12 or 13. I might have been 13 years old. What about you, Diddy?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything funny that I did as a teenager and stuff because
You never had any slips, like you never tripped, slipped in the ice.
I probably did. I just don't remember because it's been
Have
a
you
while.
ever failed when no one was around? Like that's more
Yeah.
embarrassing than falling when somebody's around. Like literally. Like I remember one one particular day because like I'm in Georgia now, where they don't get no snow. But like as a kid growing up, like we used to go shovel snow for money, like $10 a yard, like literally make like $200 a day. And it was just me on this particular day. Like nobody was like literally outside. And man, it was so icy. I must have fell like 3 or 4 times, and nobody never saw it. And it was just so awkward for me. Like I'd rather have somebody sitting here laughing in my face than wondering if somebody's peeping out the window. You know what I'm saying? Wondering if one of the neighbors peeping out the window recording this whole incident.
Yeah. Sunshine said I was in 11th grade last day of school. We had left third period, getting ready to go fourth period, and me and my group of close friends. I think she's still typing. Okay. Paprika said, I think when you do your backflips, that's like a hidden talent. Sunshine said, hidden talents come in many forms. Yeah, that's true.
Man, Paprika, it took me a long time to learn how to do that. I remember once again, this is what my cousin. I think my cousins now made me, tough as I am today because they was all doing that. They was flipping, and I just was just the one at it because I was always goofy. I always wanted somebody to laugh at me. I was just always silly. So I was looking for the laughs. I wasn't looking to be the coolest kid. I was looking to be the funniest kid. But they are doing backflips in this part. We lived in a project called the Regency. They are doing backflips, and normally it's a bunch of adult males. The older males cheering them on, like yeah, the same males that watch them play football. And this particular day, it was a bunch of girls. Like my friend had a birthday party, and like all his cousins came and the friends came, and all of these girls was just cheering my cousins on. And I'm like, man, it must be good to be a part of the show. So that very next day, I had my cousin to teach me how to do a backflip. This is the one that ended up playing a Russian bullet, whatever. So yeah, he ended up teaching me, and he was so good at flipping. He literally taught me within that same day. I was flipping that same day, but it's definitely seemed to be a hidden talent.
Okay, Paprika said in 8th grade science, 2 boys were fighting and knocked me down. Oh, Paprika.
You know what? The reminders y'all are giving me is crazy. I remember being in I think this was I want to say this when I first started like this when I first started taking me rapping serious like because coming up as a kid, of course, there was my cousins now. I'm like, what do you want to be when you grow up and all of this stuff. And so it got to like a certain, I was thinking I was just getting in middle school. And so I ended up doing this song. It was on YouTube, MySpace. I remember MySpace was when MySpace was first popping. I ended up doing this one
Yeah, I
song. And like,
remember.
I didn't know anything about like gang affair. I didn't know none of that. I was fresh out of elementary school, just moved in with my grandma, and I didn't know like this neighborhood or these kids was just like they was my age and they was gangbanging. Man. It just like surprised me. So I did this song on MySpace, not knowing MySpace was like one of those things to where everybody can see where if you was early on paying attention to it, people could see where the location was where you should. So everybody in school saw that video. And so there was these two guys. They was upset because I had on all blue. I remember my grandma buying me. There was these suits called Dickie suits, like the Dickie pants with the shirt, and I had to all blue. And so I went to school the next day, and it was like literally my second day of school. And these two guys was just like kind of staring at me. One of them name was Emilio, and one of them name was Coriel. Remember, like it was yesterday, kind of staring at me funny. Nothing happened that day. I went home. So the very next day, they questioned me about having the blue. They was like best friends. And so what happened was they staged an argument with each other. This reminds me from what Paprika said. They staged a little argument with each other. And I guess the guy Coriel pushed Emilio. Emilio kind of like fell on me purposely, knocked me out of my chair, and embarrassed me in front of the whole classroom. So man, that day was the day that I said, this was the first time I said to myself, yo, if I'm gonna look like if I'm gonna get beat up by doing what I have to do, then it's gonna happen. And so I got up out that chair and I took the first shot at both of them dudes. And before this is how crazy things happen. Before anything can erupt, my cousin Rick, which is the bodybuilder guy, he was at the classroom door just so happened to come pick me up because my grandmom had a tooth cap appointment to put me at the dentist. So he was at the door knocking as I swung on this dude. And as Coriel get ready to fight me, he walked in and stuff stopped. So we got suspended for 7 days. I promise y'all, this is a true story. I've never seen a man say this about another man. Like, because when it comes to us being men, we have to like bravery is our thing, especially in front of the females. Like, we don't want to look like nothing in front of no female. So the next week I went back to school. I promise you, I get in first period. Everybody's telling me Emilio and Coriel want to fight you at the school. Everybody's telling me. My cousin Ricky even heard about it before me. They want to fight you at the school. I'm like, all right, cool. Lunchtime, my cousin Rick came and got me, pulled me to the side. You gonna fight. You ain't gonna be no punk, but I'm not gonna let nobody jump you. So I promise you on everything I love. After school, me, Coriel, face to face, everybody surrounding us. My cousin Rick is right here. Man, all I know is we fight. After we fight, the dude Emilio runs up to me. He's this close to me. My cousin Rick took his shirt off. I can't make this up, y'all. This was the funniest thing I ever seen. This dude ran up to me. He had his guards up about to hug me. My cousin Rick took his shirt off. The dude looked at my cousin Rick and said, "Oh, hell no, you too damn big. I'm good on you." Turned around and walked away. I was like, what? Maybe I was used to it because I always been around Rick growing up, and he was always the big dude growing up. But when that dude said that, the way his girlfriend looked at him, I was like, wow. Like, I've never saw nobody say. After that, I got a little terrified of Rick. Like, I was like, I ain't gonna try, cuz like he had that. I don't know. Like, I always watch documentaries. People say, yeah, respect. This person had respect. He had that respect. This dude just took his shirt off. Mind you, this dude is 2 times bigger than Rick. Like, he's a heavy set fellow. Rick took his shirt off, and the dude said, he pointed at Rick. He said, "Oh hell no, I'm good. You too damn big," and walked away. So thanks for that reminder, Paprika.
Okay, Slimeshaw said, I skipped 4th period last day of school. Me and my group of friends went to park and came back and catch the bus. Finding the teacher saw us, we said we was seniors, but we told her we was in 11th grade. She said, I remember in 3rd grade after PE, my shoes got stuck in a knot, and I almost missed the bus trying to get out.
You know what? It's rare. I want to, cause out of everybody that's here, I kind of need everybody to ask it. I mean, I want to ask everybody because I don't know, right? Because having different backgrounds, people thoughts is like different. Like, and my thought is like, because of the way I grew up, like every kid is gonna get into one fight in school growing up before they have everybody. Is there anybody here that never got into any fight at all at school? Like, Didi, have you got into one fight at school? Any altercations at all growing up in school?
Nope, I stayed away from that.
You ain't okay. That's awesome.
No.
That is very awesome. And just to
Hmm.
let the kids know, growing up, I mean, that's watching right now. Like you could be one of these kids, like Didi, that never got into anything. Thank you, Tamika, for coming in. You must have the wrong number. I didn't get any text message from you. Um, Tristan, thank you so much for coming. So what about the rest of you guys?
Okay, I'm gonna go
Didi, I
back in
mean,
back. Hmm?
I guess it was good for you growing up. I guess it was good. It must. I'm
Not
telling you, it had.
always. It wasn't always good, but I just tried to, stay out of trouble and stuff. Like,
Yeah, but you know the worst thing to do is try
yeah.
to stay out of trouble, and trouble finds you each time. And then
Well, yeah,
it's
that's
because
hard.
it's
Yeah.
because of the where you living at, like, and then you got to think about it. Like, how many times can you tell your parents? Like, I couldn't tell my grandma, and I promise y'all, like, I would tell, like, if I was lying, I'd tell y'all. But back in the day, trouble followed me so much. Every time an incident happened, I told my grandma, like, it wasn't me, it was their fault. They did this, and she like, how many times can trouble follow you? You got to be doing something. I'm like, no, you got us in a screwed up environment where you got to be when you 13, 12 years old, and you can't wear a certain color or you either gonna get bullied or beat up. Like she didn't understand because she grew up in a different era, and so she really, really didn't understand the kids like how they was when I was growing up. So I had to explain to her like, nah, like
Hmm.
these kids is really doing this over color. She went down to the school, talked to the school, they confirmed it, and then I was 13 when they confirmed that, and so she was like, she took me home that day, sat me down at the kitchen table, and she explained to me that I wouldn't be going to school anymore, and I had to get a GED, and so from that point, got my GED, and so that's how that happened. Just because of the environment I grew up in.
Since I also said in middle school, 8th grade, I was new. They told me, wrong bus, get on. So I went and asked, and I ended missing my bus. One of them took me home. Oh, yeah, that may have happened to us before, like missing the bus and stuff.
And I was watching. There's a okay. At the end of this, I definitely got to speak about something though. But I was watching doing some research, and there's this rapper now. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's incarcerated. He got incarcerated at the beginning of his rap career. There was this advocate that spoke out about it, and his thoughts was maybe it's the parents, maybe his parents raised him, maybe his mom is the same way, maybe his dad is the same way. And so then he proceeds to ask the audience, don't you agree? And I disagree. It doesn't matter how you raise the children, they're gonna grow up to do something. It's gonna be half of these kids that was bullying me like growing up. Like I knew half of their parents because we was friends there for so long. For the most part, can't blame the parents for everything a child do. Once they get their own mindset and they out, then that's what they.
Rosalie said I tried to stay out too, but trouble still came. Smiling, yeah. I don't know. I guess because I don't know the environment I grew up. It was kind of like it was kind of a good environment. So I can't really
See, that's
relate
what I'm
to it.
saying. That environment
Yeah.
will help too. Like that environment will help prevent. Like, could you imagine though, Didi and everyone else in the chat? There are kids that's growing up in a perfect environment, the perfect home, and they want to be elsewhere. For instance, T.I.'s son. There
Yeah.
was this whole big thing where T.I. and his son got into an altercation because his son chose to be where his grandmother lived, and that's just not
Mm.
too good of an area when they're living. He's tired. He said he's tired of being in the suburbs, tired of being locked in the house. Not necessarily locked in the house, tired of having to go. He want to be outside with his friends on the block. Like
Hmm.
when you really have to grow up in that shit, when you really grow up in that stuff, you're not gonna want to go back to it. You're definitely not gonna go back to it. So a lot of people,
Oh.
a lot of children do have parents that set the right environment for them, and they still choose to
Yeah.
go elsewhere.
Yeah. Because some kids, they just like want to do what they want to do and stuff, and
Hmm.
some want to rebel. Sancho said no, but a group of girls wanted to fight my BFF. I told her no worries, keep walking. But if she need help, she had us and our boys from the hood said they was watching her to make sure nothing happened.
You know what, Slim Shell? I forget what school it was, but I remember that I was staying in a neighborhood called Merlehood in Flint, Michigan. Bad neighborhood. And so at this point, I did for a brief second stay with a cousin or something like that. Anyways, there was this when I first went to the school, my first day there. I don't know, it was Instance or something. There was this light skinned guy named Aaron Miller. I still remember his name. I first got to the school, the first thing I seen was people picking on him in class. And I instantly was like, I say, yo, this is my cousin. I appreciate it. Y'all stop bothering him. And so everybody pretty much like gave him his space. And so me and that guy became best friends until I probably ended up moving from that neighborhood. Just a small act of kindness like that will so much help somebody because you want to know what they last thought or opinion or option may be when they're being bullied or picked on. Being bullied is a big thing now on social media, especially if
Yeah,
you
that's a
y'all would
serious
like,
thing.
I'm trying to change the narrative and I do a lot of research and nowadays a lot of the rappers rap songs that y'all might not even know the drill music the more people you talk about that got MURDERD, the most people you talk about that got their life taken away, the more popular your song is about. So they're competing on how many people life we took away, how many we took away. We just took away 7 last week. Nope, we up to 14. So man, that music is becoming dangerous, and I'm trying to change narratives for that. And so,
Okay.
what?
Rosalie said, I grew up in church and always tried to be a peacemaker, but we still have challenges as kids. Yeah, yeah, we do have challenges.
We don't know. 'Cause that's why once we get older, we always say if we knew what we knew now, if we would have known that when we was kids or in school, we don't know
Hmm.
what we doing as kids sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We don't know it's gonna be a lot of things that we're gonna do that's gonna regret or not even regret. Just look back on it like that. Yo, that was pretty silly what I did.
Oh, yeah. Sancho said back then some area didn't like other areas due to dudes beefing. Oh,
Beefing. I read this joke earlier today. It was funny. It said if two vegans don't like each other and they're going back and forth, is it still considered beef? And I just started cracking up. Uh,
Sancho said, yeah, someone was messing with girl in school. We all took it for her. That's good.
yeah, positivity always gonna win. Hey, listen, we didn't even get a
Hmm.
chance to jump into the questions. But we had a hell of a roll today. This one was good. Reverb Nation is packed with comments. I'm gonna have to obviously go back through it and react to everybody's comments. We
Okay.
spit a good one for the comeback. I really appreciate the positive vibes y'all came through. We had some people in the clouds, but only thing that matters is they was here. Diddy, you want to get some inspiration, everybody?
Yeah, mine is just always like see the good everything, be optimistic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Those some great words. I appreciate you coming through. Listen, let people frustrate you, upset you, make you mad. Never allow anybody to take away your happiness and joy. That's one thing we always got to keep with a Slim Shell. Would you do me a favor? Rewatch the live where I said my number, or I just posted on the community wall. I need you to get that number to Tamika ASAP because I have some shirts and some bracelets, T water bracelets that I'm trying to get launched. But I want to get, so I want her to have her 2 payments already before we start that new merch. So please get with sis so we can get the number to her. I'm gonna be available, and as far as on my community wall, etc. Um, you know, there's no trolls on my wall. We're good. We're gonna be able to talk business. Don't worry about it. Anybody who's afraid to comment on my picture, or anything, go ahead and do your thing. Positivity override negativity, anyways. We're gonna play this little thing real quick. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm about to go medicate myself. I just took a break for right now just to do the podcast. Diddy, I appreciate you. Let's
Throw your
go.
right hand in the earth, tuck your left one behind your face.